Hey everybody, how's it going? Poncheesy here, coming at you real quick with in-depth analysis for the opening for Dragon Ball Super. I've seen a lot of people do reviews of the actual episode, but I haven't seen a lot of videos about the opening. And I think that's really weird because there's a lot of really cool foreshadowing happening in the opening right here, and I just want to go ahead and talk about it in depth. So, there's really not much else I can say. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. So right here, right off the bat, classic Dragon Ball opening. We have the curvature of the sun with the Earth in the background and all the Dragon Balls flying into it. Really cool throwback. You know, keeping it real with the Dragon Ball aesthetic, and I'm really digging it. Alright, so right off the bat, you got Goku, Goten, and Chi-Chi. It's really interesting to note that he's pulling out a really huge radish. They've been really trying to, not necessarily hammer in, but really make it apparent that Goku definitely is a farmer. It's been known for a super long time if you pay attention to, art books and interviews with Akira Toriyama and stuff. But ever since Yo-Son Goku and his friends return, as well as the first episode of Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that, they're making it more apparent that, he actually does, do stuff like farm and stuff like that. He doesn't just, just train all day, even though, he would rather be doing that. So it's just cool to point out. Right here, just one thing I want to point out. It's really cool, even though, Dragon Ball is a super old series and you've seen, they definitely have a style of opening and stuff, but it's so cool to see newer styles of anime openings being thrown in with the Dragon Ball formula. It's really cool. It's very reminiscent of newer style of anime openings, and it's just interesting to see it applied to such an old series like Dragon Ball. It's really cool. And right here you have Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, Oolong, Master Roshi, and Puar. It's just really cool to include the pivotal characters of the original Dragon Ball franchise. And Master Roshi was actually in the first episode of Dragon Ball Super. He really had no business being there at all, but it was very nice to actually see him in the first episode of the new series, just because, it was just super nice for them to stick him in there. So, but I'm getting off topic, and all my stuff is, flying off the handle right now. Really cool to see Bulma, Vegeta, and Trunks too. It's nice to see Vegeta donning some new clothes, even though this is probably just a one-time thing. Or he might be wearing that in the second episode, not really sure. But it's cool to see him in some khakis, like a polo. But Trunks has new clothes, and Bulma is probably just wearing color variants of that same dress she was wearing in Battle of Gods. Also, it's cool to note right here that Gohan is, taking that further taking that route to like scholar type Gohan. He's studying right here and stuff like that. He definitely went full blown scholar Gohan in Dragon Ball GT, but obviously that's not canon anymore. But it's cool to see him going that route here in the new series. And a cool thing to note is that this house is not the same house that we may have seen in the first episode of Dragon Ball Super, because the background is not a city background. It's very much in the mountains and stuff. So who knows where this could be, but it could just be for the meaning of the opening as well. And you got Pan here too. And then coming through, we got Boo and B, really cool. And then Mr. Satan right there. And it's cool to note right here that Krillin is donning his Battle of Gods hairstyle. I really like this hairstyle on Krillin. I think it really suits him a lot better than Boo Saga's, hairstyle. But, it was a different time. It was the, the early 90s and stuff like that. So can't really blame him. Over here we have Marin and 18. It's nice to see them represented in the opening as well. Obviously, I had Piccolo just there. I missed it. But over here, we have something very interesting. People are speculating that this could be an interdimensional portal, because Akira Toriyama has confirmed that we're dealing with different universes in Dragon Ball Super. We're actually dealing with Universe 6, which is our neighboring universe, quote, one of the Dragon Ball's neighboring universe. And this could just be the interdimensional portal where you'll see... coming up just real quick, that I don't really know if her name has been revealed, but Girl Wheeze is what she's been dubbed. We got Wheeze coming out of there. We have Champa right there, and we have Bills or Beerus coming out right there too. Very interesting to see them coming out of the portal like that. So that could, mean that it definitely is an interdimensional portal. a lot of people are all, first of all, I just want to say that it's very interesting they're going with interdimensional travel. It's a very natural progression. Dragon Ball dealt with threats on Earth and, you know, Demon King Piccolo being a threat from the underworld. Dragon Ball Z naturally progressed with threats from the space and all over the known universe, and then the natural progression obviously is interdimensional and interuniversal, stuff like that. So it just seems like a very natural progression that a lot of people don't really seem to pick up on, but I just want to go ahead and reiterate that it definitely is very natural. And something cool to point out right here during this whole fight scene is that Goku and Vegeta are both fighting what look to be people from Frieza's army, because they're definitely donning battle armor and stuff like that. Very interesting, and it's just super cool. And right there you saw Gohan. We'll touch on that in just a little bit. We got Goku right here looking super cool, going Super Saiyan right there. Next up we have Mr. Satan, and a really cool thing right here is we have Jacko right there. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Revival of F or haven't read Jacko, the Space Patrolman, it's Jacko is part of the Dragon Ball universe. Jacko the Space Patrolman is a really great manga. It's the indefinite prequel to the Dragon Ball storyline. Definitely pick it up. Definitely read it. It's super awesome. Revival of F, for those of you who have seen it, he plays a pivotal role in Revival of F. But for those of you who have not, he's, I just said it. He plays a pivotal role in Revival of F. And it's really cool to see him in the opening for Dragon Ball Super, because that means that he's going to be in this series. And I can't really wait to see what that means for this series. In Revival of F, I've said it before, Jacko serves as a very, very pivotal character because he does a lot of world building. He connects a lot of dots. He makes it, without spoiling anything, he knows who Frieza is. He knows who Bills is. He knows who Beerus is. He refers to Beerus and Whis as he thought they were only legends or rumors and stuff like that. So there's a lot of, you know, subtle world building with the inclusion of Jacko, and it's very cool to see him included in the actual show. We have Gotenks right here. Nice confirmation that we'll see more fusions from Goten and Trunks. Very, very cool. And we got Buu right there again. Cool thing to note right here is Gohan is actually powering up. Now that could mean that Gohan definitely gets his feet wet in terms of fighting and stuff, which is really, really cool. A lot of fans have been clamoring for Gohan to, you know, step into the fray. A lot of people really complain that Gohan doesn't really get a lot of love. It's not necessarily Akira Toriyama's fault. It's definitely fan bases and his editors, you know, not necessarily fault, quote unquote, but everybody just wants Goku to be the hero. And every time Akira Toriyama tries to put Gohan in the limelight, fanfare gets the best of it and Goku ends up taking that back. But it's really cool to see Gohan powering up and stuff like that. Could mean that he's playing a much more pivotal role when it comes to fighting, much like he did in Revival of F. It was really cool. We got Goten right here. Something really cool to point out about Goten is that he has a new outfit. It's really cool. He definitely is donning the blue undershirt that everybody in that family tends to wear, but he doesn't have any sleeves, which is really cool. I think that's a really interesting, cool new look. Very subtle, very easy to miss, but it just looks super cool. And then he has his little blue booties right there. Hold on, I accidentally messed up. All right, okay, there we go. Let's see. Right here we have Goku going straight up right into Super Saiyan 3. You know, not wasting any time, honestly. Something right here. This is one of the coolest parts in the entire trailer, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. So, we have Goku powering up right here, and then I'm trying to grab the thing right here. So you can see right here the very ethereal Super Saiyan God aura coming out. And then you can see it kind of, you know, wafting over him. And then, you know, within the ethereal Super Saiyan God ether, it shows him in his Super Saiyan God form. And that's super awesome because this confirms that we'll be seeing more of the Super Saiyan God form in Dragon Ball Super. And that is like the best news in the world. I think the Super Saiyan God base form is one of the coolest designs. I love how he keeps his regular Saiyan hair, and it's just a new color, and it looks like it's in that Super Saiyan kind of aesthetic. There are a lot more lines drawn into it and stuff. Really ties into the lore of Saiyan's hair never changing from birth. It was very cool that they included the Super Saiyan God hair looking just like regular Saiyan hair, but just looking more of a Super Saiyan aesthetic, but just being a different color, if that makes sense. Very cool to see them fleshing that form out more in Dragon Ball Super. We have Shenron right here coming out We have the new suit of Gohan right there. We have Krillin right there. We have Goten in his new suit. Trunks is in his regular suit. We have Chaozu, Tien, Yamcha, Vegeta right there in his regular Saiyan armor, which is pretty interesting to note. Goku right here as well. And then we have the ending shot with everybody here. Excuse me. One thing I do want to point out, the only thing that kind of bugs me right now is that Krillin is super short. He's mad short. That's the only thing that bugs me. It just seems that he's just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. But, you know, that could be subject to change. Who knows? But yeah, that was basically what I thought of the opening. I really, really liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. For those of you who don't know, Dragon Ball Super definitely takes place right after the Buu Saga, and it ties into the events of, you know, Battle of Gods, and then it'll bridge the gap between Battle of Gods to Revival of F, and that's why Goku and Vegeta are not in their Revival of F attire. That's definitely why Vegeta is in his Saiyan battle armor and stuff like that. Very interesting, very cool. Really like the themes that they're showing in the new opening, and really like the foreshadowing of Super Saiyan God as well as Gohan fighting. Gotenks is in there and stuff like that. Really, really excited to see where this series goes. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to go ahead and start a discussion in the comments below, definitely go ahead and do that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!